All right, boys and girls, it's time for a wrap up of the low budget bass shootout version 1. So here's the list of everything. This was the final competitor. And in case you didn't hear the previous or whatever, this is the Trend sealed box that you can buy cheap. And 2.1 per side sealed, cheap prefab. And the idea was to see various different low budget, a couple of upper budget, for me anyway, 15s, and see how they performed. So we had the DS18 Gen XX, and we had the, what was that? The Audio Pipe, the BDC1, the Soundstream Reserve, the American Bass XR. That was one of the more expensive ones. And the Audio Legion 15 Armadas. The Fu 750 15s, which right now are unavailable, sadly. And Kicker Comp R, Kicker Comp VX, CT Bio, they just reintroduced these, so I guess those are V2s. The Audio Pipe BDD, that is the BDD 2. And then lastly was the Comp Cs. So, bright sunshine in here. Let's see if I can get that out there. So there's all the ratings, and that's going to be on the post, Bass Heads on Low Budget. It's going to be saved with all the other subwoofer tests. And here you see we had ranking and scoring, the SPL of all the subs. And you see 9, 8, 7, 8, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, whatever. Versatility, meaning how much bass coverage they had, low to high. And I'll make a note that right here, the BDD2 played really good low. Didn't have a lot of versatility, that's why it scored 6. But its strong point was the low. And the last one, the Comp C, didn't do a lot of low. Its strong point was higher bass and not a lot of versatility. Now, I will say that the Comp C, if you look up the specs on Kicker, call for a 4 cubic foot box sealed, and that may have played some role into it for as far as the lows. I don't see where that plays into the versatility. If anything, and particularly the accuracy, it should have been a little more accurate in a smallish box, but it wasn't very accurate either. The Comp C was not. So accuracy, precision, you see the various, and y'all can go back and look at this. And then maximum SPL at accuracy, at precision. Then deep, just what I listened to, how I felt it covered the lower notes. And you'll see that, what was that number? BDD2. That thing did pretty good. That really impressed me on the low end. Not a lot of coverage versatility, but it was pretty impressive. And you see the 22 FS on that. The Comp VX did very well, and it has a low FS. The 132, the Fu 750, and that thing always performs, and that's a 32 FS. But it still was not quite as good though. Let's see, 120, where is that one? Trying to do this through the phone and keep track of it. We're Comp R 9.1, the Fu was 9.5 with a 32 FS. Armada played low pretty good, and the Gen XX did very good. That was the first one, as far as the lows. Now, as far as SPL numbers, I noted on this test that some were dual 2, some were dual 4. And the final load was 1 1 2 2 2 2 2 2 1 1 1. And the SPL numbers may reflect that. It's not really fair because I only had, 1,000 watts at 2 ohms. So some of those numbers with these 2 ohms could have been higher. And you see the FS, which ranges as low as 0.24, which is the Comp VX, strange, all the way up to 0.90, which was the RSW. So take that for what it's worth. So now the final scores: SPL 1, 2, and 3, Gen XX, BDD2, RSW, and that's just simply numbers, volume. And Gen XX, BDD, and again, that's a little skewed because some of those were run at 2 ohms and they could have been stronger. So I wouldn't put a lot of, whatever in that. The RSW did number 3, and it was at 2 ohms. The other 2 were at 1 ohm. Sound quality, which is kind of what I thought. The Comp VX, Comp R, and the Fu, and it is VX and R. I think the R actually was a little better. Just under distortion, which was around 131. So, in the 130-ish, 129, 130-ish music listening, I don't know that the VX is any better, is worth the extra money. And neither one of these would I dare buy it at retail price. It would have to be on a killer sale, which these were. And the Fu 750. Value, if it were available, the Fu 750 is the $150. That would be hands down the overall winner. The Gen XX on sale. Now, normal price, I think they may even go $175 normal price. And I was surprised. I generally take DS18 as kind of, junk. But that one surprised me. And it did very well. And on sale, I would buy that again. The BDD2, that I think there's only available on AudioPipe's website. And I would not buy that at normal retail. I think it's too much. But on sale, I think that's your 1, 2, 3 and value 15 subwoofers. And forgive the activity around here today. Thank you very much. All right. Now, straight up budget buy. There really wasn't a third one. It was the Bio and the BDC1. Now, let's go back and look at the Bio did 137.9. The BDC was a little louder and they both were 1 ohm. At Music 129.6 and 131, the BDC was louder. But where the Bio came in was the versatility, the amount of bass it would cover, and the accuracy. And it was just, even playing the lows, there's just too many scores. That Bio is not, if I was buying a rock bottom budget sub, the CT Bio, and I've not had a lot of, with a few exceptions, the CT stuff has not been impressive, but that one was, for the money you're spending, $99. So that is it. Final wrap up. Low budget bass shootout V1. Have a good day.